Hey, you guys, I hope you're ready to find out what's happening in Genesis chapter 42, continuing on in the NIV version Bible, because I'm ready to find out what happens in chapter 42, continuing from 21 and on. Let's dive in. So, what do we know? Joseph used to be slave in a prison, translates, interprets the dream of Pharaoh, ends up now governing parts of Egypt and distributing food to people who are starving because there is a famine, because it was predicted and it happened. So, he then sees his brother. Yes, just like the dream, they bow down to him. That same dream that got his brother so jealous that they put him in a pit. So, what's going to happen now? His brothers don't recognize him. He recognizes them. And yes, he's treating them badly, puts them in jail, gets them all scared, sends them back, but leaves one behind so that there's an insurance policy that they will bring Benjamin, his young brother, his full brother, back to him. Verse 21. They said to one another, "Surely we are being punished because of our brother. We saw how distressed he was when he was pleading with us for his life, but we would not listen. That's why this distress has come on us." Reuben replied, "Didn't I tell you not to sin against the boy? But you wouldn't listen. Now we must give an account for his blood." They did not realize that Joseph could understand them because he was using an interpreter. Verse 24. He turned away from them and began to weep, but then came back and spoke to them again. He had Simon taken from them and bound before their eyes. Joseph gave orders to fill their bags with grain, to put each man's silver back in his sack, and to give them provisions for their journey. Provisions like, supplies so that they don't faint on the way for their journey. After this was done for them, they loaded their grain on their donkeys and left. At the same place where they stopped for the night, one of them opened his sack to get feed for his donkey, which, food for his donkey, and he saw his silver in the mouth of his sack. "My silver has been returned," he said to his brothers. "Here, it's in my sack." Their hearts sank. They turned to each other, trembling, and said, "What is this that God has done to us?" So they were just terrified because now they know that they look really like criminals that didn't even pay for their grain. There was some kind of mix-up, but they know they're not going to be believed. Verse 29. When they came to their father Jacob in the land of Canaan, they came to him they told him all that had happened to them. They said, "The man who is Lord over the land spoke harshly to us and treated us as if we were spies on the land," which I just think is so funny. I don't know why. Okay, 31. But we said to him, because I don't know, siblings, they just like to goof around with each other. I remember some crazy stuff that I've done to my cousins, but that's another note. Okay, verse 34. No, 12 brothers. Okay, let's start from verse 29. When they came to their father Jacob in the land of Canaan, they told him what had happened to them. They said, "The man who is Lord over the land spoke harshly to us and treated us as if we were spies in the land." Verse 31. But we said to him, "We are honest men. We are not spies. We were 12 brothers, sons of one father. One is no more, and the youngest is now with our father in Canaan." Then the man who is Lord over the land said to us, "This is how you how I will know whether you are honest men. Leave one of your brothers here with me, and take food for your starving household, and go, and bring your youngest brother to me, so that I will know that you are not spies, but honest men. Then I will give your brother back to you, and you can trade in the land." As they were emptying their sacks, there in each man's sack was his pouch of silver. When they and their father saw the money pouches, they were frightened. Their father Jacob said to them, "You have deprived me of my children. Joseph is no more, and Simon is no more, and now you want to take Benjamin. Everything is against me." Then Reuben said to his father, "You may put both of my sons to death if I do not bring him back to you, and trust him to my care, and I will bring him back." But Jacob said, "My son will not go down there with you. His brother is dead, and he is the only one left. If harm comes to him on the journey you are taking, you will bring my gray head down to the grave in sorrow." Wow. This is a father who truly loves his only son left, Benjamin. And that kind of gives you a good picture as to just kind of the dysfunction in that home. I mean, all those brothers truly knew who their father really loved. And these kids, Leah's kids, had to grow up knowing that they weren't the favorites. She had to be married to a man that she knew didn't love him. And God blessed her with many kids, because that was what was honored at that time. But there was a lot of dysfunction in this home, and just seeing how he talks about that kid right in front of his own sons, really, you can't blame them for feeling a lot of jealousy. They should have never tried to kill their brother, but there was a lot of pain there. Anyway, I'll see you next time for Genesis chapter 43, and thank you for enjoying and engaging with me in Genesis 42. Until next time, God bless. Bye-bye.